Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Golden State Warriors 118 to 111. Golden State really competed in this game. They really tried to make it as hard as they could, and they tried as much as they could to be able to win it. But they come up short in this one. They go to 36 and 41 and 21 and 17 at home. They was at home in this game, and the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up going to 48 and 29 and 24 and 15 on the road. They still trying to see if they can get another 50-win season this year. Season series was tied 1-1. Golden State beat them the first time they played, and the second time was this time, and the Cavaliers won it. If they find a way to play each other in the finals, that's what would be the last time they'll play against each other this season. But if that doesn't happen, then they'll see each other next season, which is more likely. The Cavaliers 30 to 26 against the Warriors in the first quarter. They also beat the Warriors 24 to 21 in the second. The Warriors won the third 33 to 30, but they lost the fourth quarter 34 to 31. Everybody that played in the starting lineup for the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up scoring in double figures, and everybody that came off the bench ended up scoring two. Jared Allen, 16 points. You know he's going to score around that realm with his length and his athleticism to get a good look and turn it into a great one. He missed a couple though, which is something that you wouldn't like too much since they was right by the rim. Other than that, he went 5 of 10 from the field, which is still good, and he went 6 of 12 from the free throw line. Finished with a double-double because he had 13 boards with the 16 points. He also had no turnovers, 1 steal, 3 offensive rebounds, no personal fouls, and was a plus 12 in plus minus. Evan Mobley played 32 minutes. He had 12 points. He went 6 of 11 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. He ended up getting a double-double because he had 10 boards. So that was good to see him take some efficient shots, some good looks all game, even though he missed a couple, and still was able to find his teammates throughout the game too. So he finished with 5 assists, and he also had no turnovers, so they led directly to the basket, or he got rid of the ball the right way. So he didn't turn it over, make too many mistakes. Even when he scored, he was going up to score and not to, obviously turn the ball over if he could help himself. But he did have a steal, 2 offensive rebounds, no personal foul, was a plus 3 and plus minus. James Harden did a good job of helping them close the game with his passing and his floater, and his threes and his kick out to Strus in this particular game. He played 37 minutes, had 19 points, with 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He can just be himself, and he just have guys that complement him real well, whether if that's guys in the paint, guys that can catch real good and has good hands in the paint, or just shooters. And that's what he needs to be successful. They have those type of guys already on the roster. That's why he was an ideal fit for them. And it's been working out for him at a high level, no matter who they've been playing against. He did have 4 turnovers, though. Sometimes he can get caught up in trying to be too obvious. That's always been one of his weaknesses as a playmaker and as a decision maker. But he did have 1 person foul, was a plus 1 and plus minus. Donovan Mitchell played 34 minutes. He had 25 points. He's going to try to score as much as he can given the opportunities. He went 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. Some of his shots was tough. Some of his shots was difficult, but he was making majority of them anyway in this one. So it ended up working out for him. Then when he was trying to beat you off the dribble, it worked. So either he made the layup or he got an and one, or well, not an and one. Either he got a layup or a finish, or he ended up getting both by getting to the free throw line. And he went 7 of 7 from the free throw line. So it shows you that the handle is still there, the speed and the quickness is still there, the touch is still there, and the ability to get those things to work out his way to keep you off balance allows him to also get to the free throw line. He did have 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. Obviously, when you're attacking, you trying to do a lot of things, you can get off balance a little bit yourself, and that gives the advantage to the defense sometimes. Then he had 2 steals, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 1 and plus minus. Max Strus, he played 28 minutes. He had 24 points. He had shot 9 of 14 from the field and 6 of 10 from three. Just try to find a way to move without the basketball and always be a threat if you're open. And you have to knock down them shots if they're given to you because your teammates believe in you and they're looking forward to you to do in doing that. And he did a good job of knocking them down even in the fourth quarter. He did have 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, and he was a plus 17 and plus minus. Thomas Bryant made a three. That was the only shot that he made because the other one, that was a 2 pointer he missed. He did have 3 rebounds, no turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus three and plus minus. Then the shooter did a good job of attacking the basket. And of course, he splashed a three, but he also missed a three. He finished 1 of 2 from three, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 of 7 from the field, 12 points, 20 minutes. He had 2 rebounds, 6 assists. The 6 assists was the most on the team. He also had 2 turnovers and a steal, 1 offensive rebound, 3 personal fouls, and was a -8 in plus minus. Sam Merrill, 28 minutes, ended up being the most off the bench, but he only made a three, then missed the other 5 of them, so he finished 1 of 6 from the field since all his shots was 3 pointers. He did have 2 rebounds though, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 12 in plus minus. And then you look at Keon Ellis. He played 22 minutes. He had 4 points. He went 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from three. And then he had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 personal fouls, 2 offensive rebounds. And he was a -6 and plus minus. Didn't score the ball as well as you would like. Didn't make the wide open shots sometimes either. But it just wasn't his night in this one. So you just say, just be ready for the next game. And we helped you out. We had your back. We still was able to win it. We just need you to play better in the up and coming ones. And then Draymond Green, he played 35 minutes for the Warriors. He had 8 points. He went 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 8 from three. He kept moving without the basketball, kept finding good looks for himself. He just wasn't knocking them down in this one. But the best thing he did was continue to find his teammates, which is something that he has done very well the entire season. And he did it again tonight, getting 9 assists. He knows when to pass. He knows when his guys are open. He knows how to find them. It's just good basketball IQ and understanding of the game, good feel for the game. And then he had 9 boards. He still can get up there. He still can, get to those spots when it's needed to be able to rebound at a high level. He had 1 steal and 3 blocks. He's a good defender. Even though he's getting older, he just finding ways to just make the right play that he sees available to him on the defensive end. And he just tries to go for it. Then 2 offensive rebounds, 4 personal fouls, and was a +6 and plus minus for him. Santos, he kept finding ways to cut to the basket. And then it's about getting the ball and going straight up and trying to finish as fast as you could. Of course, he took a couple threes. He went 2 of 6 from three, which isn't that bad for him. And he finished 9 of 14 from the field. He also had shot 5 of 6 from the free throw line, had 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Well, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, 1 offensive rebounds, 4 personal fouls, and was a +5 in plus minus. Kristaps Porzingis, 28 minutes, 16 points. He also hit a jump shot and scored right by the basket throughout the game. He is the tallest player on the court in this game, so he used that size and that body to his full advantage. The problem was he went 0 of 5 from three. He had good looks from three, couldn't make any. This would have been a different game if he was able to hit a couple, but wasn't meant to be. He did go 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, which was the most in the starting lineup. He had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a block. 2 offensive rebounds, 5 personal fouls, and was a -16 and plus minus. D'Anthony Melton, he played 26 minutes, had 5 points. He went 2 of 12 from the field and 1 of 5 from three. He's good at scoring the basketball. He's been one of their better scorers, but not in this one. He took some looks that was comfortable, but they just wasn't falling for him, even if they was open looks. He did have 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 steals. The 3 steals was the most in the game for the Warriors. He also had 3 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and was a -15 and plus minus. Brendan Podziemski played 35 minutes. He had 25 points. That was tied with Porzingis for the most on the team. That was tied with Guy Santos for the most on the team. He kept attacking the basket over and over again. Good knowledge and understanding of when to go to the basket and when to get good looks by making sure the bigs ain't there to be able to protect the rim. Because we know Cavaliers do have good rim protectors, and he was able to find his way to the basket over and over again while also hitting the 3 point shot. He went 9 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from three, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Again, to the free throw line kind of comes with driving. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, plus he was a minus 11 and plus minus. And then you look at the bench for the Warriors, Gary Payton the second, 27 minutes, 8 points. He ended up going 4 of 9 from the field, 0 of 2 from three. He had 12 rebounds, which is really good. You got to do that to keep the game close as part of the game, especially when 3 of them was offensive. He had 2 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and a block. You know, he's going to go out there and defend at a high level. He's going to play hard. He's going to put his body on the line. He's going to make plays on balls, and that can always lead to steals and blocks. And he also did that while also having only no personal fouls. So although he was aggressive on the defensive end, it didn't hurt him at all in this one. He was a +8 and plus minus. LJ Cryer played 25 minutes. He had 12 points. He went 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from three. So he's always going to be able to get open, and it's just about can he make the open looks after he gets the ball, or can he just make the right play? Well, today he made enough shots, but he also missed a couple of them that was easy, and that kind of hurted the flow of their offense because they needed a couple of those to go in if they wanted to win. But he also went 3 or 4 from the free throw line. He had 1 rebound, no turnover, 1 personal foul, and -1 and plus minus. Pat Spencer, 16 minutes, 12 points. He went 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. Good scoring from Pat. He understands when the shots are there for him, when to take them, when to keep the ball moving. He did that again tonight. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, which was his only rebound. No personal fouls in the -3. M plus minus. Will Richard played 17 minutes. He ended up going 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from three. He had 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, and was a -8 and plus minus. 94 attempts from the field for the Warriors. They shot 44%. 82 attempts from the field for the Cavaliers. They shot 52%. Well, 51%, I should say. 44 threes for the Warriors. They shot 27% from three. 36 threes taken by the Cavaliers. They shot 44%. So they shot better from the field and better from three than the Warriors. Obviously, that's going to help them have a good chance of winning the game. 28 free throw attempts for the Warriors. They shot 85%. 26 free throw attempts for the Cavaliers. They shot 69%. So they shot more free throws, but they made it at a worse percentage. Both teams had 46 rebounds. The Warriors had 25 assists. The Cavaliers had 28. 12 turnovers for the Warriors, 15 for the Cavaliers, 11 steals for the Warriors, 7 for the Cavaliers, 5 blocks for the Warriors, 1 for the Cavaliers, 12 offensive rebounds for the Warriors, 10 for the Cavaliers, 34 defensive rebounds for the Warriors, 36 for the Cavaliers, and then 20 personal fouls for the Warriors, 14 for the Cavaliers, and just a really, really good win for the Cavaliers. This is a game they should have won. This is a game they needed to win. This is a game they needed to take very serious, and they have been doing that about basically every single game, as they should, and they're really playing good basketball at this point, and the Warriors just free falling. You know, they fell off a cliff. No Steph. The team just hasn't been able to get wins. They just haven't been able to close games. They just haven't been able to score enough or defend good enough to have them be in positions to win games consistently. And when you don't have your best players like Steph and Jimmy, and then you lose Moody, another guy that can help you shoot and score, it sucks. But everybody's been going through injuries. Everybody been, going through the same type of struggle through the regular season. And the Warriors, they just have less talent than other teams, and they lost their best players longer than other teams, and the losses have been piling up for that reason. While the Cavaliers been healthy and they have had some fair share injuries too, they have still been one of the best teams in the East. They have been proving that a lot more the last couple months. And the James Harden trade has worked out so far as much as we have seen. And we didn't doubt that it wouldn't. It's just what is they going to be and what is they going to do in the playoffs that's going to separate him from Garland. Garland helped them get to the second round. Will they get that far? Will they get to the conference finals? We'll see how big this move really was this season and next year because Harden is only getting older. We know he can play the game. We know he's still one of the best guards in the league, but this is losing a guy that's in his 20s for a guy that's almost in his 40s. That's a big difference. That's a big change. That's a big gap. And, they wasn't winning a title probably with Garland anyway this year, but at least he still had that potential of if he comes back healthy, that he fits well with Donovan Mitchell. They can play well off of each other. And I feel like James Harden do similar things. And he gives them more size and more strength and a little bit more of, a better IQ of the game than Darius. But other than that, I can see why it was almost an even swap. And other than that, we just have to see how both of these teams continue to use their veterans and use their youth as much as they can, to be able to stay a competitive team that's still looking on the outside, looking in, as people look at them as contenders. Are they really contenders? Can they win the title? Is they window closed? I mean, the Cleveland traded for Donovan Mitchell because they felt like they had years to figure it out. And it seems like they still do, but now they're making moves to show you that we might not have much time as we thought that we would. We might not be as good as we thought that we might have been on paper. You look at their roster. Look, this is one of the better rosters the last couple of years, and especially last year they had a lot of wins come their way, especially in the regular season, but they just didn't have it in the postseason. So they ended up having a lot of struggles and a lot of frustration last year, and that made them want to change things up this year to see if they can get at a better level and play at a higher level that they ended up not really showing that they can do this year with Darius. So there's going to be more changes being made is basically what I'm saying to both of these teams. Obviously, the Warriors thought Jimmy Butler would be different. People thought that he was the missing piece. All Steph needed was a number two. He can score and pass real well and is a solid defender, but you wasn't expecting him to tear his ACL. That's a season ending in a game changing injury. And Steph has been toe up and banged up the last couple of years because he has to do so much for this franchise. And he has given this franchise his all. And he has been a really, really good player for them, a really, really good icon for them. But it's looking like the window's closed on them, especially with Jimmy being injured the way that he went down. And the fact that Steph just can't do it like he used to do it on his own. And it's also mainly because of his supporting cast. And you can say the same thing for Donovan Mitchell. Is it him or is it the team built around him? Well, now we're trying everything that we can do, just like Utah did, to find a way to win with you. What more can we get? What more can we really do before we realize we can't win with you? That's what they're going through now. That's what they're trying to figure out. And we'll see how long they stay attached to him. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first comes out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully, in more analysis.